Hello everybody. Well, I tried this once before, like a couple minutes ago, and it locked up on me. So hopefully you all can see me. Hi. It's been a good week. So the title of this Facebook Live is Vulnerability as an Access to Power? ? So I wanted to share about an experience that I had a couple weeks ago that really had me, I really had a breakthrough, and I really got truthful and honest with myself about how if I really want to make a difference with women, which I do, then I actually need to go first in this area called vulnerability. So let me give you a history. If you haven't already heard my story, I share a lot about how I was a very self-conscious kid. So always felt uncomfortable in my skin and my body, real skinny. I was self-conscious. Hey, Lori. And then I hit puberty, still self-conscious. So I've had this theme running through my lifetime, so running through my life, of this just extreme self-consciousness. Now, that may seem odd because I am a very outgoing, in your face, like right out there, right? Hey, and I'm self-conscious about it. So what that looks like is I can be out here and I can be great and I can say great things and do great things and speak and, have my, big mission and how I work with women. And I can do all these things. However, always in the background is this conversation about not enough, not good enough, comparing myself to other people. And what I got in this program that I have been in is that makes me a bit of a fraud. So I always say life is relative. Everything is relative, right? I'm tall relative to a person who's shorter than 5'9". I'm short compared to a person who's 6 feet. I'm thin compared to a person who's 180 pounds. I'm 150. I'm heavy compared to a person who's 120. So I've always said life is relative. So what that inherently brings about is this comparison, right? We all do it. The brain just goes right to comparing ourselves to what's out there in the world to see if A, we fit in, B, we're doing it right, C, we're okay, we're enough, we're part of the group. And it's this constant, and I know you can probably relate to what I'm saying. It's this constant battle, in a sense, of, that comparison, that whole comparison thing is, first of all, it's exhausting. So I'll tell you that who I've been comparing myself to and I'm very proud that I'm an ex-fitness professional. I am no longer, I don't train people, I don't teach my boot camp anymore, I am not certified, I don't work in the physical body anymore. However, I have for a long time. I've been in the fitness industry for a long time. And so who I compare myself to are other fitness professionals. So women with 12% body fat who don't have cellulite, whose boobs are a lot bigger than mine. I mean, you name it, and I do it. And for me, I justified that was okay because my clients who I serve, I can actually help these women, right? However, there is a comparison and a separation. And when I'm being self-conscious, which is a lot of the time, when I'm being self-conscious, that means I'm conscious of self. What that means is that I can't be over there really making a difference for the women that I want to make a difference for. So in this program, I had an exercise that had me be completely physically vulnerable in front of a room of about 65 people. And it was something that was, how you have those dreams where I've never had the dream, but people talk about you go to school naked and you have no clothes and it was kind of a fear like that. Like my worst fear realized. And so it was devastating to me. And when I say it was devastating to me, I mean it was devastating to my ego. And I had to really look at that reaction. I looked at that reaction and I said, I can't let people see what I really look like. You know, like this would be, hey Alicia, this would be bad if my peers and my peers in the fitness industry, if people expect me to look a certain way. I was a fitness professional, right? And so there's a certain standard of what that looks like. And I've lived by that standard. I put those standards on myself. And so I have been for the last, 2 years, not in the best shape of my life. Probably, yeah. So it's probably been about 2 years. I've been battling injuries. I've had back problems. It's always one thing or another. And so that was, something that I just kind of hide. Like I just hide it. I hide it in clothes. I hide my body. And I'm not saying that my body needs to be perfect. I'm not saying that. But I believe that. Right? So I'm not outwardly saying, like, I'm very, very much about accepting your body the way it is. And I do, but not compared to other people. And so this was a huge revelation for me. It was a huge aha moment that I've actually just really been being a fraud about this whole thing. And so I took on a project where I decided that I was going to take that whole vulnerability exercise to, like, I thought that was uncomfortable, doing this thing in front of these people that I'd been in this program with, and very extremely uncomfortable for me, and being seen. And I decided what happened after I did that. Let me just back up. What happened after I did that vulnerability exercise is I was really scared. I stood up and I started to do it. And then I just kind of wasn't concerned about my body anymore. It was weird, like weird in such a great way. I was in the moment. I was in a group of people and we were doing it together, and I was present and I was joyful. And I almost felt like I know you can relate to this, right? Like when you're a kid, before you even realize that you have a body, before you even start to compare yourself to other people, when we're free, when we're authentic, when we're fully self-expressed, when there are no limits and there are no filters and there is no looking good and trying to be like other people, when there's none of that, when we're just pure love and joy and we're just children and before we get messed up by life, we don't care about those things, and we just are. We just be. We just be kids. We just be free. And in that moment, I was so free. I mean, there was such freedom to say, oh, well, this is happening. Let me just go with it. Let me just go for it completely, fully, 100%. And in doing that, I was present. I was in the room. I was, like I said, I was joyful. I was happy. I was having this fun. When I wasn't consumed and self-conscious of myself, I could actually just be in the moment. So that was I got done with that thing that I thought that I could never do, that thing that was one of my biggest fears. And I was like, woo, like, holy crap, that's the one thing. If I can do that, and this is one of the reasons why when I coach women, I have them really stretch themselves into something that's outside of their comfort zone. Lori, are you hearing what I'm saying? Outside of their comfort zone, something that would stretch you that you've never done before, because when you actually accomplish that thing that you think you can't do, you have this new sense of power. So for me, as a self-conscious individual, someone who's been self-conscious my whole life, being vulnerable and showing myself was completely empowering. There was a total power in it. And once I was done, I was like, oh, I can't believe I did that. And it was so fantastic. So I decided in that moment that I was going to do something like that again. So I did. And I'm not quite fully ready to announce or show, hi Christina, what that thing is. You know, I'm not ready. I'm not in a position where I'm going to share what that thing is. But let me tell you something. I thought that exercise that I did before was me being vulnerable. This exercise had me be completely stripped. So let's just read into that completely naked. Hi, honey. And being with, right, I see my flaws every day. I hide them, I cover them up. But there was such power in being with them and just being like, okay, this is me. Like, this is me. I can lie about it and I can hide it, but then I can't really be and say and do all the things that I want. So if I'm willing to be seen and to not hide anymore, then that's where my power is. And so I took this to the nth degree, and I decided to do this thing that I'm not announcing right now, but it is me naked and documented naked. And here's what was interesting. I had to stage my house for this project. We did this thing in my house, and I had to stage my house. And I had to put away, I had to make my house look, you know, I took pictures, we were taking pictures, and I had to make my house look picture worthy. And what ended up happening was I took all of the stuff in my life, my kids' artwork, all the crap and shit that's just on my counters all the time, the stuff that's the messy magnets that are on my fridge. Like, it took me at least 2 hours to just strip everything out of my kitchen, out of my living room, the messiness, the lived in, the mess, right, the chaos. I had to strip all the chaos and stage my house to make it look perfect. That was probably one of the most emotional pieces of that whole thing, because I went and I put everything in hiding. So I put it in my laundry room. I put it in the girls' room, and I'm about to show you where I put the majority of the stuff. And it's in this room. So you'll see, if you've seen some of my Facebook Lives, I do them in my office, and I do them and I stage them, right? Like, I've got this ring light. You'll see, look, turn the ring light up, turn it down. Lighting is perfect. I love you, honey. Mwah. Thank you for coming. I make sure that the background looks good, right? I clean it up. So I want to show you what my office actually looks like, because I want you to see, this is like, you know, the Wizard of Oz. What's behind the curtain? It's a man, it's a woman with flaws and who makes mistakes and isn't perfect and has a messy house. My house is so freaking messy. It drives me nuts because it's not perfect. And so I'm giving up this notion of having to hide who I really am, which is flawed and chaotic and disorganized and messy sometimes. Mwah, Michelle, I love you. And in doing that, I am actually relating to my fellow humans, right? Like, we see these people on Facebook. I could be one of them for you, where it looks like everything's perfect. It's so freaking not perfect. So I want to show you what this room actually looks like, because all the shit's over here. So give me 1 second. I'm going to show you. So first, I'm going to move my big chair. Okay? I'm still here. And what I'm going to show you is, let's just see here. What's all this crap? Oh, is that a huge TV? It is. Oh, wow. Look at all that shit that I hide behind me. Look at this. You know what? I'm going to take this off so you can actually see. Because this is what's behind the curtain. Look. Crap. Shit. It's, right? This is my life. And it's not perfect. Like, it's so not perfect. And for me to try to spend all this energy trying to make it perfect is fucking exhausting. Like, it's exhausting. And being able to go, this is me. Look at me. All my flaws, my cellulite, my small boobs, my ugly feet, my man hands, my crooked nose. My nose is crooked, right? Like, my neck that's got like wrinkles on it. Like, but if I can't be with who I actually am, flaws and all, I can't actually serve. I can't serve you. If this is something that you're, I can't serve the women that I really am looking to make a difference with. I can't have an impact. And here's who I really can't serve. My own daughters. You want to get real? Like, You want to know why I'm motivated to do this? Why would I put myself in a position where I showed all my flaws? Because that vulnerability, that showing myself, that saying fuck you to self-consciousness allows me to not be concerned. It allows me freedom. It allows me power. It allows me to say whatever the fuck I want and be able to actually make a difference with another human being. If I'm so concerned over here with what's going on and who's watching and what I'm saying and how my house looks and how my body looks and how my hair looks and my face and all of it, right? And we all do it. It's just part of being human. It's part of living in, especially our culture. I have a friend who recently got back from Europe and she was like, the American culture is really ugly. And I'm not saying that as a judgment, like bad or wrong, but like our priorities, and we're shifting, right? Like I'm in this movement. I'm surrounded by people who are in a movement to better humanity. This is my little piece of how I'm going to better humanity, is empowering women past their self-consciousness through to their self-expression, their full self-expression, their authenticity, who they really are, what they really want in life. And I can't do that if I can't be that. I just can't. I can't be a fraud. I can't be a phony. I can't be all these great things out in the world. When I'm talking about Facebook, right? Social media, how I'm portrayed and seen, and then come into my home and be an asshole. It just doesn't work. It's just inauthentic. It just doesn't work. So tonight I wanted to share that me exposing myself in such a huge way, all of my flaws, the areas of my body that I just wish were different. I just wish it's like I just wish they were different. And if I can't accept them, I can't be free of them. If I can't accept them, I can't be out there for other people. I really can't make a difference. So me sharing all this stuff and me doing this project where I stripped down and got butt naked and had some pictures taken of me, was an emotional experience. It was completely just raw and emotional and empowering. It was empowering because I'm taking a stand for myself that I don't need to look a certain way. I don't need to be a certain way. I don't need to pretend that I'm perfect because I'm so not. Like, so not. But it doesn't matter that I'm not. I can actually make a difference by being me. By being, real and authentic. So tell me what your thoughts are. My cat's trying to get in. There he goes. Come here. Yeah, I know. It's all imperfect and great. Tell me what you think. I want to hear your thoughts. What would you be willing to do? What would you be willing to expose about yourself if you knew that on the other side of that was the thing that you really wanted, right? So I want this business that actually makes an impact. I have a mission and I want to make an impact out in the world. I want the work that I do to be purposeful and meaningful. I want to make a difference, and I want to have an impact. I want to know that at the end of my life I can look back and say, you lived full out, you took yourself on, you worked on your shit and you got yourself out of the way. Like self-consciousness is me in the way. Self-consciousness is me being concerned with me. And so the vision that I have, those two things, they don't match up. They can't be in the same room together. So I'm taking on my self-consciousness and I'm taking it on through acts of vulnerability. And so me showing you here's my cat. Get Milo. Yeah, he is such a pain. My messy house, right? Like, this is my messy house. And that makes me real. And I am a mom and my kid's artwork is on, nobody sees this. And this is real. So share with me, if you're still watching, please just post a comment about what do you think would be, look at this. What do you think would be just a stretch for you in an area of your life where you know that you hold back? So for me, it's a self-consciousness and not wanting to look bad and not wanting to be vulnerable, not wanting people to see my flaws. And in me doing that, I'm empowered. I have complete power. If I don't have that, if I don't have self-consciousness, watch out, world. Like, really, watch out. Because that's the only thing holding me back. That's the only thing holding me back. So if I go to work on taking that shit out, nothing is impossible. So share with me, please write a comment. Let me know what would be something that you, if you could actually handle this thing, it could be money, it could be relationships, it could be intimacy, it could be, you know, really trusting people, it could be loving yourself. I don't know what your thing is, but if you start to speculate, share with me, and what would be the thing that if you could actually walk through the fire, like walk through that fire and get through the other side and be like, I can't believe I did that it would make a difference for you. What's that thing? So share with me. Mwah. It was storming here in stormy Phoenix. We had a tiny little bit of a rainstorm, and I'm getting on a plane and I'm gonna go see my family. I haven't seen them in like 2.5 weeks, and I love you guys. I will be here. I will be able to pop in next week. I'll be in California, but I will pop in and say hi. Please share your thoughts with me, because I really want to know, you know, what's the thing? What's the thing for you that if you could have a breakthrough in it, you know that your life would just go to that next level. I love you. Thank you for seeing me. And we'll see you next week. Bye.